My name is Al Kessler, and I served as a Marine Sergeant in World War II, or the Great War as we called it. I was born on January 12, 1924, in San Diego, California. I grew up during the Great Depression. It was a time where everyone in the family had to work a job in order to survive. We lived on 5 acres and raised chickens, turkeys, and bartered for goods that our family needed. Mom raised 7 children, was always working, and made most of our clothes. Dad was a former Marine in World War I, was strict but fair with us children, and worked very hard to support the family unit. I was always working growing up to help out the family, picking vegetables at a Japanese truck farm, usher at a theater, fry cook at a short order cafe, produce clerk at a market. At age 16, I joined the CCC, the Civilian Conservation Corps. We lived in military-style barracks. In fact, the Army ran the camp program. We planted trees, built water dams to prevent erosion, fought fires, and generally helped repair and conserve the parks and federal lands. We got paid $1 a day and got 1 day off a month. $25 went to my family, $3 went to a savings account, the last $2 went to pay my canteen bill for the month and to use for my day off, usually to go to a movie. In October 1941, I joined the Marines. I didn't get in because I was short. My dad's friend was the commandant of the 11th Naval District, and when we went to visit Long Beach, he asked me if I was ready to get in. When I said yes, he made it happen. I had to get permission from my parents because my dad was a former Marine. It was hard for them to say no. After December 7th, it wasn't long before I was called up and sent to basic training. Because of my experience in the CCC and in ROTC, boot camp was not all that difficult. I was qualified as a weapons specialist and shipped out to the South Pacific for 1 year, 9 months, and 15 days. We spent 42 days in the cargo hold of a cargo ship on our trip to the South Pacific. That was the most boring, stifling trip I had ever experienced. We all struggled to entertain ourselves and maintain our sanity. We landed in New Zealand, and my unit was then shipped to New Caledonia and then to the New Hebrides for training. Then on to Guadalcanal, then the Russell Islands. This was the first combat operation in the Pacific that stopped the Japanese expansion in the Soloman Islands. After pushing the Japanese from Guadalcanal, my unit was positioned on the Russell Islands. This is at the same time Pepe Boyington and the Black Sheep flew combat missions in the region. Japanese really wanted to retake Guadalcanal, so they were continually sending air raids, dropping bombs on the canal and our island. We were bombed so often you got to where you could tell when the bombs were released by the sound of the bomber engines. Pitch went up when the bomb load was released. You could also tell the size of the bomb by the whirring sound. A large bomb sounded like a small bomb. The rest of my experiences during combat are really too difficult and hard to talk about, especially lost to fellow Marines. Some memories are best left alone. I was hospitalized after catching malaria and dengue fever. Actually, more troops died from disease in the jungle than in combat. I was also suffering from combat fatigue and exhaustion. After a time in that combat environment, your mind and body just shuts down. 3 other Marines and I were put on a hospital troop ship to return home. Captain of the ship had only 2 records. He played the same 2 songs over and over again. After 1 day of that, and not wanting to relive the insanity of the trip over, my buddies and I volunteered to entertain the passengers and crew. One of the Marines was a bit of a comedian, so we put on comedy shows and skits and published the ship's paper for the rest of the trip. The ship's chaplain appreciated our efforts so much he wrote a letter of commendation that I have kept to this day. My best day as a Marine was when I sighted the Golden Gate Bridge coming home aboard the SS Cape Netting. There truly is no place like the United States of America. After hospital rehabilitation in various military hospitals in California, I was returned to limited duty and medically discharged in 1945. I was hired by the California Department of Forestry and completed 18 years in various stations and positions throughout California. In 1963, I came to Corcoran, served as the fire chief until 1978. I then continued with the Kings County Fire Department as station captain in Kellerman City until 1984, when I retired from the fire service. I held a position as security guard for J.G. Boswell Company from 1984 until 2001, when I finally retired at the age of 77. It's been an incredible ride, and I feel like I'm the luckiest man being able to serve my fellow Americans in such a variety of ways. But to relive this country, it's been an honor to serve. Super 5.